here in Coney Island?
But we're celebrating the lives of all the Africans who were in the process of being transported from the African continent during the enslavement process, but were sacrificed in sometimes the worst possible inhumane conditions in the history of humanity. And those souls are related to us. So we don't want their bodies to lay under the ocean, knowing that they have family who grieve and miss them, but never actually go back and take at any time at all to speak to the fact that we love them, we miss them, and we appreciate and understand their sacrifice. So we take this opportunity today to give this tribute to our ancestors. And this is our tribute to the ancestors. That's literally what it's called. And we start with a libation that's poured simultaneously in Ghana, in the Gullah Islands in North Carolina, in Trinidad, in Jamaica, in various parts of the world simultaneously to pray for those souls who were sacrificed in this very powerful way.
You know the world that you feel yet connected as they left the motherland and to come in. You feel connected still that the Africa, the motherland, the alma mater. You feel still connected to those who have perished and those who have lived to put the seed for us to be part of different communities. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct.
And this sister is one of the sisters that helps to pour the libation with me. Her cousin Joyce, and Hank, and this brother provides the music, the drumming for us because it's the heartbeat of our nation. And it's so important because when we were in the dungeons in West Africa and Cape Coast, seeing the horrible conditions that the Africans were kept in before they were bought and traded and transported to all parts of the world, we actually were connected to them through a spiritual ceremony. And then when we came back here, we were asked to pour the libation, so we understood the spiritual circle, the nature of what had happened to us spiritually, how we'd been transformed. And those ancestors said to us in no uncertain terms, "You are ours. We are related to you. Don't forget us."
That's wonderful. What could you tell me about? Because he couldn't put it any better. Actually, the connection between the. But however, is it the whole? Let's say I know, the West Africa, Dahomey, which is now Benin today, and then Ghana, Cameroon, and the whole West, Togo, and all that. But this is not just this part of West Africa. Also, the whole North also is part of this line of ancestry we're talking about, correct?
Well, actually, their whole continent. They're always trying to divide up the continent into different little pieces. But within the whole continent, there is an overlap and complement of all the different traditions, all the different spiritual systems, our history. And I think the way that we try to do the East, the West, the North, the South is really more from here where you try to divide things out. It was a complement of all that was within the continent that made it so rich and so powerful. And the division that it has now is a real travesty because it really shows how when you begin to identify the weakest link and then use that like a cancer to permeate and spread, that you can literally kill off a whole vine from its root. And a lot of these rituals that we do now is to help to reinforce what originally was there energetically and spiritually and connect all that was splintered onto this side and all over the world to rejoin, to help then re-empower the original source of all that became.
Wonderful. Now, how do you feel about that experience? Actually, sometimes I would say this is a paradox. Whereas from a tragedy comes like a good thing, whereas Africa can spread, and we as the who has the inheritance, the hair of these people, of that culture. How do you feel about that whole experience, made yesterday and us today? And then what does it bring us in terms of connection with other people? Because you have to understand that you have I would say, put together the people of Haiti, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians. Mm-hmm. We all like the same soul, coming from the same motherland.
Correct.
Is it when we really feel, we deplore the experience that we have made in terms of slavery. However, I guess that we have somewhat overcome that experience. And then how do you feel that when you look back at that kind of experience that we have made in the past?
Well, it's a mixed blessing and a curse. As you can imagine, the kind of injury that we've endured as a group of people, we are still in the process of healing that injury. So as you said, there are some components of it that we have overcome. However, there's still so much work to be done. And just the kinds of things that need to be done are the reason that we keep coming forward. We have to honor those Sankofa, look back in order to know where we're going forward. We have done many, many, many blessed things in the history of humanity. Africans are the only group of people in the history of humanity that have not one, not two, but 3 different golden ages. Most other groups have only had one. So we've been very blessed. And at the same time, with those gifts, we still have to heal the nature of this worldwide global injury that has separated many of us to believe that we are in fact separate, when we are all, as you said, from one mother. We're all fingers on the same hand, and we have to work together. If one finger is not working with the other finger, then it's not coordinated activity. We can't pick up anything. So we have to be able to heal that injury. So it's a process. We're in the process.
It's been really a pleasure talking to you guys.
Yes, it
Thank
has.
you for so much and very deep information that you have provided us. And then, we'll meet again.
Oh, thank you
thank
so
you very much.
much.
It's been a pleasure.
It's a real
It has been a pleasure.
Bye-bye. That's the Nikki Live show with New York show with some of the descendants of African who explain to us exactly what they are about. The connection of the ancestors, those who have suffered, and those who have led the motherland to come here to America or to the island and to become one people right from the motherland. We'll be right back. Be there. This is the Nicky Nick New York show on location on the boardwalk in Coney Island. We'll be right back.
Okay, give it up for Ngover. Calling out Congress Spirit Drummer.
Peace and love, brothers and sisters, family. At this point, we're going to attempt to give you all a little treat. I'm trying to coordinate with the brothers and sisters here. And the sister here is going to give a very beautiful chant. So this is going to be like a spiritual kind of happening, all right?
It's all about the Congo.
encourage every mother to participate in the Nikki Nick New York Show celebration because we want to hear your thoughts on motherhood. It is an interview segment where we will have conversations with mothers that will share their ups and downs on everyday life. We will also be having a Mother's Day poetry reading contest because we want to hear your poems about your mothers, happy or sad, and we want to give you the opportunity to read that poem to your mother and surprise her on the Nikki Nick New York Show. If you want to take advantage of this wonderful opportunity, then just send us an email at nikkinick718@gmail.com or nikkinick718@yahoo.com because we want you to be able to show your mom your love and your appreciation. Nosotros queremos promover que todas las madres participen en la celebración del programa de Nikki Nick Nueva York porque queremos escuchar sus pensamientos de la maternidad. Es un segmento de entrevista donde vamos a tener conversaciones con madres que van a compartir sus altas y sus bajas en la vida. También vamos a tener una competencia de poeta el Día de las Madres porque queremos escuchar sus poemas sobre sus madres, tristes o felices, y darle la oportunidad para que ustedes los lean y le lean sus poemas a sus madres en el show de Nikki Nick Nueva York. Si quieres coger a ventaja de esta oportunidad magnífica, mándenos un correo electrónico a nikkinick718@gmail.com o nikkinick718@yahoo.com para que puedas darle y enseñarle a su madre que tú la quieres y que tú la aprecias.
I don't know why I should call you now, brother.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh, there you go. Ngoma.
Yeah.
Put your hands together one more time for Ngoma.
Yeah. So, Mr. Soundman, can I get a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more? What's up? How y'all doing? It's good to see all of y'all. I always bring my toys, you know. This is called didgeridoo. It's otherwise it's known as a yidaki. The Aboriginals say it's a yidaki. The Europeans that colonized, let's say it's a didgeridoo, like they call us out our name, Jigaboo. Y'all feel me? This is a yidaki. It's an ancient instrument. It is a sacred instrument. The Aborigines say that they use it to sound the world into being. They say that the sound takes you into this space called a dream time, and that it takes them into the dream time, and they dreamt everything in existence into being. Yeah. So like, I always play it in tribute to my ancestors. And before we get into this, so I don't have to stop and explain things, I have a guest poet with me. Her name is Oshun Yoyi Alake, and she's gonna join me for today's festivities. That's good with y'all? All right, so let's roll.
Where dreams are stitched together in indigo midnight scenes, where Legba appears, partaking of prayers and palm oil, sacrosanct yet surreptitious, to marry soul to gold, turning potential into credential. Meet me at the crossroads where Anansi is not an anachronism. No, 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 no. He's an analogy to live by, the riddled response to the question, a living, breathing, waking, working wisdom, revered in folktale, the ancient answer to life's most puzzling contradictions. Meet me at the crossroads where heaven touches the earth, where thought and manifestation intertwines. Here aptitude and action chant prayers to Eshu, who works miracles to make maybe a reality. Watch talent become prodigy, witness practice and determination carved by inspiration, as divinely generated genius becomes a finished product for all to see. Meet me at the crossroads way down deep in the Delta, at the junction of Old Dockery Road and Highway 8, where that old blues man, Robert Johnson, cried out to Legba and invoked the glory of his faith. Better yet, meet me in Clarksdale, Mississippi, at the intersection of Highways 61 and 49, where the earth unveils its magic, consecrated by intercessions, rum, and intent, its aura radiating the power of ritual made habitual through repetition and time. Don't be surprised who comes there whispering prayers to Legba in the cobalt of midnight, their incantation and supplications enshrined by African aphorisms. Oh, these crossroads, visited by Louis Armstrong, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone, John Lee Hooker, your great beyond great-grandparents too, shape-shifting in the shadows, adding ashe to your libation, lauding Legba to lift your aspirations to realization. Meet me at the crossroads, where human meets divine. Yes, where spirits gather. And don't be afraid. The only demons at midnight are echoes of white hoods gowned in hate, a disembodied apprehension of those who criminally coerced you into giving your back to your ancestral traditions. See them gripping torches of terror, burning the crossroads symbol of your power as an effigy of their god, a stolen and weak apparition of Osar. There are no deals with the devil made in this sacred space. Only dates with destiny and Olodumari's affirming smile shining as stars in space. Meet me at the crossroads. Ashe.
They are falling all around me, yeah. They are falling all around me, yeah. They are falling all around me. The strongest leaves of my tree. Every paper brings the news that, yeah. Every paper brings the news that. Every paper brings the news that. The teachers of my songs are moving on. Death comes and rests so heavy, yeah. Death comes and come here, I was kidnapped. Tied up, tied down to the bottom of a slave ship, transported like cattle. I didn't ask to come here, feeling a slave was last forever. As grandmother Eleanor Bumpers, as Philip Purnell, as Rodney King, I didn't ask to come here. Nobody asked me if I wanted to be a citizen. I didn't hijack a boat to come to these shores to lose my name, my religion, my ancestors, my land, my mind. I didn't ask to integrate nor assimilate. No more ocean black from me. I didn't ask to be American. gun. At least not the ones that bombed Hiroshima, killed Vietnamese babies, spread man-made diseases, spilled blood and guts in the name of the cross, the lash and the gun, stole the Indians' land, level the Holy Land. And before I'd be asleep, I'd be buried in my grave. I just want to be accepted in the human race with peace, love, justice, and equality. So, last November, I was blessed to have the opportunity to perform in Cape Town, South Africa for the Badalisha Poetry Exchange. And you know I couldn't go all the way to the homeland without taking a poem for them. Cause you know, I wanted people to know where I was coming from. So I did this poem and I want to share it with you. It's called A Poem for Those Who Were Target Practice for Jackals. And Bobby Hutton, Fred Hampton and George Jackson, Jonathan too. From Malcolm and Martin and Shay and those Kennedy boys. For all those that were target practice for jackals, only freedom can revenge your massacre. Bullet-riddled bodies haunt my psyche like the howling siren sounds of Jimmy's axe. The urgency of Marley's redemption song. Cause Tosh told you everyone is crying out for peace, but only the dispossessed cry for justice. So I speak for those that cannot read, and for those always in need who know not why they bleed. Homes and mosques bombed, living in shadows of Olympic villages, sufferers of gentrification's pillages. Soweto and Gaza stripped, oppressed with your lips zipped, raped of diamonds, oil and gold, land stolen and sold. May karma treat you kindly. May Ogun bless you with his power in the next incarnation. Make you bulletproof. Make you bulletproof. Make you bulletproof. Oh, protectors of the land, it is with you I pledge to stand and fight till all Africa is free. Till all Africa is free. Till all Africa is free.
These children, the seeds are evil, but the fruit is just ignorant. Dry soil makes for a shallow root. These spirits returning as our children, they walk the indigo path. We shouldn't let them walk it blindly and alone. These children touching the earth now, their souls remember the tortures, the disrespect of their manhood, of their womanhood, of their humanity. Some died in the Middle Passage. Some died running to freedom. Some died under the lash in childbirth or suffering hunger and starvation. They all died knowing outrage, sadness, the pain of unseen wounds, and the shame of a dishonored spirit. No Omiero to wash their spirits, no effum to cool their souls, no stools blackened for them to receive the feast of the Asamamfo, no yam to eat with their families at the Egungun masquerade. These children, these spirits, returning as our children, they walk the indigo path. We shouldn't let them walk it alone. These searching spirits are angry with silent memory, born to generations of Christian parents who reject ancient orishas and omasun of their people, who fear the wisdom of divination, who revile the rituals that bring the indigo ones into the light. They clutch the Bible, embrace the slave master's God with a feverish joy, and remain ignorant of how to pacify their children's souls and heal their hearts. They are blissfully unaware of how to walk the paths of indigo and earth, African and Western, the practical and the mystical. They embrace the Jesus God of their oppressor, who has never been their way, their truth, or their light. They remain enslaved by forgotten and invisible chains. These spirits, returning as our children, they walk the indigo path. We shouldn't let them walk it alone. They are resonant with a mystical power combined with a white-hot rage taken to a random grave, smoldering for over 6 centuries. It's a soul-killing combination. These spirits, returning as our children, are angry that we do not remember. The echo of their ancestral memory turns away in the fire of their rage. Don't turn your back on them. Look past the inferno in their eyes and you will see the genius blooming there. You will see new galaxies born, exploding in the sweet recesses of their souls. You will hear the music of new worlds only they have the incantations to bring forth. You'll hold in your arms the reincarnations of the ancient ones that only our daughters' wombs can bear. Old souls waiting to be born into a new era of golden dreams. They need the patience of our love, our ancient magic and rituals to cool their heads and guide their feet, to free their souls. They need us to call our ancestors to intercede with their divine protection. They are waiting for us to invoke our gods for their wisdom, power, and insurance, so our children's children's grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren will fulfill their destinies. These spirits, returning as our children, they walk the indigo path. We shouldn't let them walk it blindly or alone.
Téléspectateurs, good afternoon. This is François Victor avec Nicky Nick a New York show live in Coney Island Avenue. As you can see behind me, we are here, to report a tribute to the African community, a tribute to the ancestors, African ancestors, celebrated by all the African community, whether they are from the west, from the south, from the north of Africa. That they are celebrating ancestors. Ancestors, as they see it, it is those, as they say, they have taken us away. African here on Coney Island Avenue on the boardwalk, they are celebrating the ancestors. What they consider as the ancestors, these are those who have been taken away when France or all the power of the world were taking the slaves from Africa. Those who have died along the way and those who have passed. Now, they are joined together, those who live in America, those who now either American citizens, but they consider themselves rooted to the alma mater, which is Africa. However, they consider us as West Indians, Haitian, Jamaican, wherever they have taken their brothers, their fathers, they are considered them their ancestors. In other words, our forefathers are their ancestors. And then that's explain how there is a union, there is that union between African and the whole black community, whether you are from America or the West Indies, from Jamaica, from Guadeloupe, because we are one people coming from the same seed, those they have taken from our motherland, Africa. Here we have, as you can see behind me, they are celebrating those, they have different cultures who are performing either their poetry, either their music, and therefore exhibiting their love for the whole black community, which is they consider rooted from Africa. we'll be right back, and after a pause, and as you can enjoy some pictures taken by Nicky Nick New York show, and we'll be presenting you this all over, all the presentation that we have here will be with you, and then to give you the whole performance and all the different ethnic groups that are here in Coney Island Avenue today.
Off the coast of the southern islands of South Carolina and Georgia. Little strip of islands called the Sea Islands. Yes, 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 ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We remember them because they are direct descendants who were brought as expert rice cultivators. If you go there today, you'll see the rice baskets that look like this. The same rice baskets that you will see if you go to Senegal, if you go to the Gambia, if you go to parts of Liberia. You will see that there is a strong connection generations later. I am proud and I remember. They also were brought here not only to cultivate the rice in the South Carolina and Georgia region and coastal lands, but they were also brought here as expert fabric dyers, just like the fabric, the indigos that you see on my head, the cola for the bogalon fabrics that you see in Mali and also in other parts of West Africa. They were brought as expert fishermen casting their nets on the coast of the southern islands, of the Sea Islands. So until today, they continue to work hard, and we have to remember, we have to also be proud of the direct connection, because they are proof that we are strong people. We were able to withstand crossing that, going through that middle passage. We were able to continue and bring all of our traditions with us, and we were also able to hold on to our spiritual beliefs, our traditions, our spirituality, and that's how we survive. The ring shout is evidence of that connection spiritually. But whether we were told that we had to sing a song about holding on and crossing rivers, but whether it was about laying down your burdens alongside of a river, it was about this river. It was about the crossing of the ocean that they were singing about, that they were happy to be able to use their bodies to create rhythms and to sing songs and to give coded messages to each other by singing and laying down their burdens. For all they had as their bodies were rhythms, using voices, using sticks to hold and pound out the frustrations of being oppressed and having been taken from their motherland. So they use their voices, they use their bodies. My great-grandparents used their bodies to sing and to create a ring shout, to worship and to hold on to knowing that it is nothing but the Creator that has kept us and continued us, to continue to keep us going from day to day to day. So what we are going to do is make history today. We are going to do the first ring shout here on this side of the water, on Coney Island, on the Coney Island shores, the same way that the ring shouts happened in the worship houses along the Sea Islands. And we are going to remember and connect to our West African ancestors. And we are going to show that the same Congo philosophy, going counterclockwise, following the path of the sun, rising in the east and setting in the west, going counterclockwise, singing songs in code, the same songs that you think may have been just about being a soldier for the Lord, was about being a soldier for each other, as folks escaped from slavery through those deep and tall grasslands. So that's what we are going to So come on up. Come on up. Some of these people, some of the beautiful energy that you've been giving. Come on up. That's right. Let's come on up. And we are going to form a ring right here. Come on up. Let's form a circle. I'll stand in the middle. I'm going to stand in the middle. We have to form this ring. We are going to form a circle. We're going to form a circle. I'm going to ask if you could just move it back to that right here, please. Thank you. Now, we are going to sing, and I want to give you some rhythm, because the rhythm connected also with the continent. Okay? So let me grab some tambourine, because we have some rhythm. Yes, we are going to ride this rhythm. Yes. If you want tambourine, hey, come on, grab a tambourine until they all gone. Yes. All right. If you don't have a tambourine, it's all right. You're going to use your body. You're going to use your body. Open it up. Let's open it up and give each other room. Okay. Now, how many people know I'm going to lay down my burdens on the riverside? Right? Yes. So we're going to sing that. And we're going to think about the river and the waters where the bodies, the remains are laid. If you have a tambourine and if you want to clap it along, everyone do this. Follow my stick. Okay. And I want some other people. While you were doing that, I want some other people to do this one. Yes. All right. And we're going to sing Lay Down My Burdens by the Riverside as we go around coast to coast.
telespectators, this is the Nicky Nick New York show on location in Coney Island on the boardwalk. We have taken the celebration of the ancestors of Africa. All the peoples of Africa, they have reunited here to celebrate their ancestors. And we are proud to be here and to present you the image, to present you the show. You have demonstrated, you have their dance, their culture, their drums, their music, and everything else. And actually the show is going on until 8 o'clock tonight. And we are proud to be here to bring you those images. In fact, we can see that Africa have reunited with the people from the West Indies, with the people from the Caribbean, with all black people from America and everywhere else. For they explain that their ancestors are those who have traveled through the ocean by force to become slaves in the Caribbean, and also those who have sacrificed their life to be us today, to be our forefathers, regardless that your country, which country you come from. So this was a presentation of Nicky Nick New York show on the boardwalk in Coney Island. And then we are glad that we are part of your living room, that you have invited us, and then we hope that you have enjoyed our presentation. See you again. Have a good night.